next lesson. We are going to just revise the lesson. So exogenetic process. It is external process occur. This one. Both are there, you and your brother also. So external processes occur because of the forces working on the Earth's surface like solar energy, gravitational force, and kinetic energy. So this is the process, external process, and because of what they are occurring, because of the solar energy, gravitational force, and the kinetic energy. Right. External processes like weathering, erosion, transportation, and deposition. So these are the process: weathering, erosion, transportation, and deposition. This takes place because of these external factors which we have seen: solar energy, gravitational force, and kinetic energy. These are the factors which are responsible for the external processes like weathering, erosion, transportation, and deposition. Now, what is weathering? Breaking or weakening of rocks is a natural phenomenon. It is called weathering. So weathering is what? Breaking or weakening of the rocks. Means the rocks break because of the weakness. The rocks are becoming weak, and it is a natural phenomenon. That is known as weathering. Now, types of weathering. Mechanical, that is physical weathering. Then the next is chemical weathering. And the last one is biological weathering. So these are the types of weathering. You can see in the picture how the rocks are getting weak and getting broken. So you can see the disintegration of rocks. They are getting, the big piece of rock is getting broken into small pieces. You can see the cracks, you can see. And then again, the tree is grown, the roots of the trees are getting penetrated into the rock. So because of that also, the rock is getting broken. Now next is mechanical weathering. The breaking or weakening of rock due to factors like temperature, frost, crystal growth, release of pressure, and water is known as mechanical weathering. So now we have seen first which weathering, that was a natural process, that weathering. But now mechanical weathering, which are the factors responsible for this are the factors like temperature, due to the change in temperature. Okay. Then the frost, the water crystals are frozen. So that are also responsible. Crystal growth, release of pressure and water. So sometimes the pressure is high, sometimes it is low. So because of this change in the pressure, then water is known as mechanical weathering. Mechanical weathering occurs due to, first is the temperature. Now due to heat, the minerals in the rocks expand. So what happens because of the temperature? Heat is created. And because of that heat, which are the minerals, are those minerals which are present in the rocks, they get expanded. And when the temperature decreases, they get again contracted. Such continuous expanding and contracting, tension develops in the rock particles. So because of this continuously expanding and again contracting, this procedure is continuous. Every day it is happening. So because of this, what happens? Tension is developed in the rock particles. And as a result, crack develops in the rocks and they they are broken. This is common in the hot desert. And this is the common phenomena in the which area? It is in the hot desert. So it is very common in hot desert that because of temperature, the rocks are getting broken. Then second factor is frost. The water freezes in area where the temperature drops below 0 degrees Celsius for quite some times. So now this is because of the frost, the freezing of the water. So this will happen where the temperature is very low. It is below the 0 degree Celsius. Sometimes it drops below 0 degree Celsius. What happens then? The water whichever is present in the rocks that gets expanded, that gets freeze. Water gets freeze. The water accumulated in the cracks and crevices in the rock gets freezes. Its volume increases and it shatters the rocks. So when it was water, it was in liquid state, but when it is turning into the solid state like ice, or it gets freezes, water gets freezes, then what happens? The volume increases. And as a result, what happens then? It creates pressure on the rocks. Then the next one is crystal growth. In the rocky coast, the sea water hits the sea cliff. So now where the rocky coast, where the coastal area is very rocky. So what happens that in those conditions, the sea water is continuously hitting the sea cliff. The water is alkaline. We all know that the sea water is alkaline. So the soluble materials in the rock get dissolved, which forms small holes in the rocks. So whichever the solids are there in the rock, those are getting dissolved and form small holes in the rocks. So you must have noticed the rocks near the sea, okay, near the sea coast. You can see there are many holes are there in the rocks. This is why, because of the soluble materials, those are present in the rocks, they are getting dissolved in the water because the water is alkaline. So there is a chemical reaction between them, and as a result, the rock is getting decomposed. The alkaline water gets stored in these holes. It evaporates, only crystals of alkaline remains in the rocks. It looks like a honey hole. So when the holes are formed in the rocks, then this water gets accumulated in them, and because of the heat temperature, the water gets evaporated and only the crystals of alkaline, that is the salt, remains, and it looks like a honey hole. Now mechanical occurs pressure. Pressure. The outer layer of the rock exerts pressure on the inner or lower layers. So the outer layer of the rock is exerting pressure on the inner layer. When this pressure ceases to exist, the lower layer from pressure. So when this pressure ceases to exist, the lower or inner layer gets free from the pressure. This leads to weathering. So because of the pressure, release of the pressure, the weathering is taking place in the rocks. Now the next factor is water. Some areas experience more rainfall than others. So we all know that some areas is having rainfall is much. Regions are having. So what happens? Soaking of water in the rocks also causes weathering. Example is the limestone and conglomerate. So these are the two stones where the disintegration of rocks takes place because of water. These are the two rocks. Now next is the chemical weathering now. Minerals of the rocks get dissolved easily in water. In areas that receive heavy rainfall, chemical weathering occurs in the following ways. Now, minerals in the rocks get dissolved easily in water. So what happens when when those areas which receive very heavy rainfall? So what happens there? Chemical weathering occurs because of the chemical reactions takes place between the minerals which are present in the rock and the water. That is, the reaction takes place. So first is the carbonation, then the solution, and the next is oxidation. So what is now carbonation? When the rainwater gets mixed with the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere before falling on the earth, it forms a dilute carbonic acid. These can easily dissolve materials like limestone present in the rocks. Thus, it causes weathering. So carbonation is what? The rainwater which is falling to the earth's surface. Before that only, it gets mixed with the carbon dioxide which is present in the air. So before getting falling on the earth, it gets reacted, the water gets reacted with the carbon dioxide and it forms dilute carbonic acid. So acid is formed, carbonic acid. So when the rain is, such type of rain is falling, so that dissolves the materials. So whatever the materials like limestone is present in that rock, so that limestone will be getting dissolved easily. And because of that, weathering takes place. Then next is solutions. Certain minerals and alkalines in the rock gets dissolved in water to form solutions and thus make these rocks brittle. What happens now? Certain minerals and alkalines in the rocks get dissolved in water. So we all know that certain minerals are there, alkalines are present in the rock. So they get dissolved in water to form the solution. Thus makes these rocks brittle. So because of these solutions formed, the rocks get brittle, means easily it can be broken. Which are the examples now? Limestone is formed due to chemical precipitation of water and alkalis. So limestone is formed due to what? The chemical precipitation of water. Means the chemical reaction is there between the water and the alkalis. So because of that, limestone, this takes place. Solution is formed. Now the next is oxidation. When the iron in the rock comes in contact with water. Okay, now the iron. When the iron is present in the rocks, that comes in contact with water. Then again here also chemical reaction takes place between iron and oxygen. So as a result, reddish colored layer on the rock. So you must have noticed that the reddish color is appearing on when the rainy season is there. By the end of the rainy season, you can see the red color is red coat is coming on the rocks or iron instruments which if you are having in the house. So what is that? That is the reaction between iron and the water. So iron oxygen present in water. So this is known as oxidation. So in simple language, we can call it as rusting. So rusting is nothing but the decomposition of the iron, means getting reaction with the oxygen and forming oxidation. Now, biological weathering now. Biological weathering occurs due to the biological factors like movements of various burrowing animals, growth of plants, examples of algae, moss, lichen, etc., through the layers of rocks. So, as the name only biological weathering, from it only we can come to know that there are biological factors responsible for the disintegration of the or the weathering of the rocks. So what happens? The movements of the burrowing animals like the rabbits, rats, they do burrow and they help in the weathering of the rocks. Growth of plants also. So we can see in the picture, the plant is grown in the rock, so the roots are penetrating into the rock. So because of that, disintegration of rocks takes place. And in the picture, you can see the ants also, how they are moving in the rocks. So there also they make small holes, and because of that also rock is getting better. Now exfoliation. Now the outer layer of the rock fall apart from the main rock. This is called exfoliation. Now you can see the picture. Rock is there, and how the layer is getting removed. Okay, so one layer is getting exfoliated. Exfoliation. One after the other. The outer layer is getting separated from the main rock. Slowly. Then the next. So this is going to be takes place. So this is nothing exfoliation. Granule weathering now. The process wherein rainwater penetrates into rock like sandstone, conglomerate, etc., loosens the particles of rocks and separate them from the main rock is granule weathering. Now, when the rainwater is penetrating into the rocks, so which are the rocks? The example they have given, sandstone and conglomerate, etc. So these are the rocks in which the rainwater gets penetrated easily, and because of that, what happens? This loosens the particles of the rocks. So slowly the particles are loosened and they get separated from the main rock. So granules of rocks are formed, hence the name is given granule. Now block disintegration. When rainwater accumulates in the cracks and joints of the rocks caused by continuous contracting and expansion by temperature difference in region. So what happens when the rainwater is accumulated in the cracks and joints of the rocks? So water is there in the joints and cracks of the rocks and continuously contracting. So because of this difference in the temperature, it separates big blocks of rocks from the main rock, causing rock disintegration. So here the rock is broken into big block of rocks. So hence the name is given as rock disintegration, because the rock is broken into blocks. So you can see in the picture how it is, how the rock is getting weathered or disintegration of the rock is taking place, how the blocks are separated from the solidification. Now the action of small layers of soil along the slopes in pre-glacier region due to the slow movement of the soil is called solidification. Now what is here? The accumulation of small layers of soil means the soil is getting accumulated in the layers, and where it is along the slopes in pre-glacial region. So where the slope is there they are getting accumulated the small layers of soil. And this is very slow movement. Now mass movements or mass wasting. The weather particles from a conical hip at the foothills. When weather particles move down due to gravity alone, the process is called mass movements. Now, whatever the particles are weathered from the rock, so that is getting where accumulated down. Okay, conical hip is accumulated at the foothills of that rock. So when these particles are moved downside due to the gravity, the process is called mass movement. So the whole weather particles, that heap of weather particle is moving due to gravity, and that process is known as mass movement. Mass movement occurs in two ways: rapid mass movement or slow mass movement. Now what is rapid mass movement? Rock falls, landslides, and subsides. Example is mudslide at Malin village, Pune. So sometimes we must have heard the news that rock falls. Okay, suddenly because of rainfall, heavy rainfall, the landsliding takes place or the land subsides. So in during the monsoon, we hear such type of news. Very common these are. So what is that? The example they have given, mudslide at Malin village, Pune. So this was the very disaster thing which has happened that time. Slow mass movement now. Soil creeps. Now slow mass movement is what? Slowly, slowly the soil is moving. So it is very slow. It is not it is not destructive, but the rapid mass movement is very destructive. It can create the loss of the life and property. So it is very harmful, rapid mass movement. Now we'll see the activities. Now complete the flow chart. Now what weathering process are of three types we have studied: mechanical weathering, chemical weathering, biological weathering. So first you have to remember these three. Weathering process are divided to three: mechanical weathering, chemical weathering, and biological weathering. Then there are again subtypes. This mechanical weathering is shattering or explosion. Then chemical weathering is carbonation, forming solution, oxidation. So we have seen this also, that carbonation is what? The carbon dioxide and forming carbonic acid. And then it is decomposing the rock. Solution also we have seen the alkaline present in the rocks. They are getting react with the and they are forming the solution. Oxidation is getting the rainwater is the oxygen is getting combined with the iron, and thus they are getting the decomposing the rock. Then biological weathering we have seen, burrowing by the animals, then roots of the trees penetrating the rocks. So because of that, this biological weathering takes place. Now we will see which are the very important points that we have to remember in this lesson. That is, many landforms are formed due to internal movements. So landforms formed on the Earth's surface as a result of internal movements are called primary and secondary landforms. Because of the external processes like weathering, erosion, transportation, and deposition, the primary and secondary landforms give way to tertiary landforms. Now, breaking or weakening of rock is a natural phenomena called weathering. Wearing away of rocks due to contact with the physical environment is called mechanical weathering. Then the process of decomposition of rock due to changes in their chemical composition is called chemical weathering. Then the biological weathering occurs because of living organisms. The exposed part of the rock heat more while the inner part is comparatively cooler. As a result, the outer layer of the rocks fall apart from the main rock. This is called exfoliation of the rock. So we have seen that outer layer is getting separated from the inner layer because of the difference in the temperature. The inner temperature is cooler than the outer. Then the mechanical weathering mainly occurs because of temperature, frost crystal growth, release of pressure and water, and combined action of temperature and water. So we have seen these factors which were responsible for the weathering. So each mineral reacts differently to temperature. So temperature has its reaction on different minerals in different ways. Now the volume of water increases when it freezes. So we all know when the water is in liquids and when it getting freeze, the volume is increasing. some alkaline water droplets hit the cracks in the rock, due to which the soluble minerals in the rock get dissolved. This leads to formation of holes in the rock. This is the effect of solution. So we have already seen in detail this solution. When water penetrates in rock, which have small holes, the particles get loose and separate from the main rock. This is called granular weathering. The dilute carbonic acid reacts with the minerals in the rock. The process is called as carbonation. So carbonic acid is reacting with the minerals in the rock. It is carbonation. The process is carbonation. Some minerals in the rocks get dissolved in water and undergo chemical changes. Chemical weathering. This process is called solution. A type of chemical weathering when oxygen reacts with iron in the rock, rust is formed. Reaction of any element with oxygen is called oxidation. So the reaction of any element with oxygen is oxidation. When weathered particles move down due to gravity alone, the process is called mass movement. Sometimes the weathered materials do not move downward but sink in situ. This is called as slumping. The periglacial region along the slopes, small layers of soil accumulate because of the movement of soil. And this is called as solifluction. Now, the next is match the columns. Now, two columns are given to you, column A and column B, and you have to match it with the right answer. Now, mechanical weathering. So, mechanical weathering, here the options are borrowing, frost, carbonation, erosion. So, mechanical weathering is taking place because of frost is the answer over here. Now, chemical weathering will be carbonation. Biological weathering, borrowing. The next is oxidation, slumping, solidification. Now from here, mass movements occurring slowly, carbon dioxide gets air, chemical reaction between iron and oxygen, weathered material which sink in situ. Now the first one is oxidation. So which option you will choose here is chemical reaction between iron and oxygen is known as oxidation. Now slumping. So what weathered material which situ. And the third one is solidification, which is mass movement occurring slowly. Now complete the flow. It says types you have mechanical, chemical, and biology. The mechanical block, then biology, borrowing and roots of the trees. So here you have to feel only some I don't have to so write the answers. You have to complete the chart. By looking at it, you can complete it. Now answer in one sentence. Now explain weathering. Breaking or being is so in very simple language you can see breaking being of rock is called as weathering. What is mechanical weathering? The deterioration of rocks without any chemical changes, the disintegration is called as chemical. The process of rock is in position. So chemical replace and is in the so it chemical. What do you mean biological process of human, animals, and plants is called biological weathering. Weathering which is because of humans, animals, plants. So biological factors. Biological slumping material to not, but institute they something. So we have seen rapid slow movement. So like we have seen it occurs very and slowly really is carried away. Sometimes both the process are not taking place, but there is getting over there. So that is called as slumping. Now, direction. Glaciers just along the slope layers of plates, the movement of the soil. So because the soil is getting out to in the regions. Now, in granular way, sandstone from what